back in studio.
She's back.
And when I mean studio, I mean Lisa's bedroom. Don't get it twisted. We didn't get that budget.
It is what it is. Also, not me putting on makeup and stuff, like trying to look cute, and like just today is just like not working. So you guys gonna have to ignore it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Not every day is a slayful day.
Yeah, it's definitely not a slayful day for either of us. You do not even want to know what I look like. I mean, you don't. But like, if you did, this would be the worst state I could possibly be in. Don't say no. Disagree. Because if you say no, then that means there's an even worse state that I could be in, bitch.
I'm trying to be nice, and she's like, if you say no, that means that it could be worse, bitch.
Yeah, because let me tell you,
Well,
it can be better.
Girl.
Okay, well,
Anyway, today, well,
you forgot to say welcome back.
oh, welcome back. Welcome back to, As If, with me, Lisa Fevral, and my assistant.
Hello, I am back in person.
Yeah.
Apologies for the shit audio the past couple special episodes. Wait, special episodes? Why does that sound so weird? Special episodes? I mean, we have like extra episodes
Yeah, well,
before season 3.
Is this gonna be a special episode too?
Yeah.
Should we come back with a bang?
Yeah, we should come back with a bang.
Yeah, we'll come back with a
bang.
I know you guys.
You know what's so funny? Like us being like, we'll come back with a bang, and it's gonna be like one new photo on your wall. Like
No, we come back every week. We say we're gonna come back with a bang, and we come back looking worse than last week.
I know. We're like more haggard than last week.
Literally.
Setting more gross than last week. Like,
oh my god, honestly. I mean, you guys, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it is what it is.
yeah, we
We've been struggling.
Yeah, we are struggling.
And I feel like you guys are in the same boat, probably.
Yeah.
Considering the statistics.
Yeah.
And we are the people from the statistics.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Like,
It was so funny because they're like, oh, like, we are struggling. And I was like, like, I'm even struggling to speak, like, to let the words out that I am struggling. But yes.
dude.
But next week, we will, or next episode. Sorry, next week. What? That's next week. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No. Next week for them because we're filming a week.
No.
No. Oh
I'm
my
posting
God.
in like 3 days.
Holy shit, my brain is actually,
Yeah.
I'm experiencing brain rot, you guys. Apologies.
It's like a week. For you, it's going to be a week.
Week.
It's going to be a week. We're going to come back with a bang. It's going to be season 3. Remind me. Because I'm so fucked up by the deep dive that I'm making.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't watch my channel, you only know me from this podcast. I have a channel and I do deep dives on it. And sometimes they fuck me up real bad. Because the thing is, unlike a lot of other people, and I will always say that because I am bitter.
We are bitter and petty, okay?
Yeah. I'm unlike other people. I actually analyze the media that I talk about, and I am, sharing that analysis instead of just regurgitating or just literally retelling what happened.
That's the worst.
In said media. Okay? I also do costumes and shit, so like, go watch it if you haven't yet.
Yeah. Go watch it for the fits at least.
Yeah, at least. Actually, one of the fits hits so hard in that deep dive in the new one.
Yep. I know exactly which one. It did hit, guys.
It's the star.
She had a diamond in a dream.
I had a diamond in a dream and I made it work.
She made it work. She made it work. And that's the motto.
I made it work so hard that it's making me consider changing my hair color. That's how well I did.
Yeah. Period.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
we have a good topic today.
yeah, we do. I actually want to mention Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was about to be like, if you were
Trigger warning.
Yeah. If you were going to jump into the topic we were going to talk about, I was going to be like, but wait. Let's talk about Miss Katy Perry for a moment.
Let's finish the Katy Perry thing. Because the thing is, we started talking about Katy Perry before we started filming. And I was going to say something. And my sister was like, save it for the pod.
There's literally so many moments when we're having conversations, just like we're just chilling and hanging out, where I'm like, damn, that would have been a good pod. Like,
we're so annoying.
Yeah.
We're like those brads in chats who have fucking podcasts and they always talk about it.
Yeah. Literally. Literally.
Well, we don't talk to other people about it. We
You'd
only
be
talk
like-
about it to each other.
Yeah, like, oh my god, should we start a pod? Says everyone ever and their mothers. Like,
Yeah.
no, but like this, like we've said this Katy Perry thing is classic. It's hilarious.
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna be able to recreate it, but the fact
Yeah.
of the matter is, this girly pop, she had a performance.
She did a thing.
She did a thing, like as millennials say, you know.
but like lower.
I did a thing.
Yeah, lower caps.
She did it, the
Mhm.
thing, and that thing is basically. Could I say scissoring?
Could you? That is probably the straightest thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth. Can I call it?
I mean,
scissoring?
the issue is I'm concerned that it's gonna get blocked or like the video is gonna get suppressed.
You know what? If they're gonna,
It's not because I don't know the word scissoring.
yeah. You know what? If they suppress that, I am the first to
That's
say
so homophobic.
Yeah, that's homophobic.
But we've been new. This
Yeah.
is a new information. Like, let's be for real. Whenever people are like, "Oh my God, YouTube has suppressed my video about the gays," and it's like, yeah,
Yeah, no shit.
like, what has YouTube not suppressed?
Yes,
in the past
but
2 years. I mean,
yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about Katy Perry's new.
we made a joke about a rainbow, and our fucking video got flagged in Barbie.
Oh my
A
God.
Barbie video, bitch. Whatever.
And like
I'm salty about it.
rainbows are synonymous with Barbie. Fucking what is it? What did we watch?
Barbie, that was Fairytopia. No, not Fairytopia. It was the proletariat
Mariposa?
one.
Oh,
Princess and the Pauper. Yeah,
Period.
that one. You know what? Barbie equals rainbow equals gays.
Sorry.
Math.
No, it's actually just math.
It's just math.
It's
And I
math,
don't know, you guys.
science.
Like,
It's-
argue
it's-
with the wall. What's next? You're gonna say that vaccines don't work?
Anyways, we're talking about the Katy Perry, her new little her
yeah,
rebrand.
Yes.
her bratified rebrand.
You know, it's funny because the thing is, to me, honestly, brat is quite close on the spectrum to Katie's new rebrand, and I'm sorry to say.
No, but she
But,
definitely did that on purpose.
Oh yeah. No,
totally.
like the aesthetics that she was trying to like cop, definitely.
Yeah.
But what I mean is that Charlie is like, I'm sorry guys, Charlie is a little bit. What is the word that I'm looking for? Like physically looking for in the room.
Yeah.
Corny.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, like she's one of those girlies who's like on the right of the political spectrum, but keeps on fucking lying and swearing on her mother that she's on the left. And like,
I think she's just kind of dumb when it comes to politics.
I think
I don't.
yeah, I think so too, honestly. And that's the reason why
Yeah.
last time I was like, I don't think you guys should be mixing her into your politics at all. Like
Just,
how
like,
people were
enjoy
like
her.
brat
Yeah.
next to the like flag or whatever of some country. I'm like, girl, be serious.
Yeah. Like
Not the whitest bitch who doesn't give a fuck about anyone else but herself and people like her. You can't be serious.
just like enjoy her music to like.
Yeah,
For
just
what
go
it is.
bumping that.
Yeah.
Go bump that.
Not
And then come back to reality. So we could talk,
talk.
like people.
Literally,
Like,
it's like it's just like it's just like some music is just meant to be fun, okay?
yeah.
She can be for the gays, which she is for the gays, you know? Like she loves the culture, she supports them and stuff like that, but like we don't have to pretend that she's like so in the know about politics.
Yeah, we don't
And
have to
she-
pretend like she's progressive.
Yeah, and she has to stop pretending that too.
She already supported
Harris.
Matt Healy when he was like, when he had his beef
With Rina
Sawayama about race, I think. It was something race related. She supported him and whatever. We already know.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend.
Yeah.
Let's not pretend.
Ugh, that gives me the ick. But
I know.
anyways, back to Katy Perry.
Back to Katy Perry. Katy Perry, bitch. Listen, like, so she's scissoring on stage. And and the worst part about this is that it's like a song. First of all, this song, she was trying to make a club banger. And
Yeah.
it wasn't banging at all. Like, I don't know what to tell you. There was so much negative banging on the stage.
Yeah.
In so many different
Yeah.
ways.
Yes, like quite literally, that scissor banging was not what I was hoping to see.
And the song was not banging either. It was bad. And like it's kind of like that. Like she was trying to
really
do a club banger. Like,
yeah, she's trying to do
straight up.
She's trying to do a Charlie Club Classics, baby.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
and like not like the 2009 to 2013 club music. No, this is not Pitbull we're talking about. This is Charlie XCX's take on club music from like house. I think it's like house related.
Yeah,
like the beat was kind of house related. So she's trying to do that, you know,
which is like, girl, and like even the way that she looks and is like dressing, is like very like Charlie coded. Yeah, and it's just like Brat is already like so annoying at this point that it's like, why would you think that recreating it at an even lower scale would be acceptable? Yeah, arrest Katy Perry for it. Arrest Katy Perry for scissoring. She's the straightest woman alive. So many queer baiters. It also makes me think about. By the way, did you watch that music video?
Which one? The new one for that song? For that song, no.
Yeah, I watched like a couple just to watch it. I can't even explain what it's trying to be, but she scissored a truck in it. She was like, I'm just kidding, guys. Like, it's just funny, okay? But like, she did this. She was like riding a car was like driving, and she like did the split, her coochie splits out on the top of the car while it was driving. It was so funny. Tate McRae did it better. Anyways. But anyways, girl, that song sucks. I love the sample, but the song sucks.
You know, I saw this like this clip. Someone on TikTok posted a video being like, I tried this dance like a part of the Tate McRae dance, and being like, oh, I was so humbled and whatever. And I'm like, I looked up that part of the choreography because I was like, oh my god, what did she do in that choreography? Like, I'm so excited. And like, listen, Tate can dance.
She's dancer.
No question there. I like how she dances. I like that she dances in general because like that's what a pop star should do. Sorry to say, but it's just, I was shocked that this is the part, like, or not the part, but the choreography that people are saying is so difficult. I literally was like, you guys,
it's just like normal. Like,
it's normal. It's
like
it's
pop
good.
Girl.
Like she's doing it well, but it's not difficult choreography. So I'm like so confused by that. But anyway,
probably because
why
like
are we talking about that?
Probably because you trained in dance, like a hard form of dance. So you're like, okay, that's not hard.
As a child, I like stopped dancing so early.
Yeah, but still. And Katy Perry, I'm choosing Tate McRae.
Of course,
she's serving Britney. She's serving.
You guys, she's actually doing what a pop star should do.
She is literally breaking her back.
Yeah.
For this gig.
Yeah.
You know.
Do I wish her music was a bit better? Yes.
Yeah.
Because she's not like, she's in the right direction. The fact that she's trying to do the Britney thing is what she should be doing, 100%. Like in terms of the direction, she's definitely on the right track. But goddamn, like somebody needs to come into the studio. Actually, go kidnap Timbaland. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, where is that man?
I don't know where Father is, but he needs to come back.
I need him to do that funny shit where he's like, yeah. What I mean by that, guys, is when he's like with the beat, where he's so into his own beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Katy,
because someone needs to fix the beats. Yeah. They don't have the momentum. Like they don't have that.
It could be more
release and tension.
Yeah.
You need to do it in a way that makes you want to move. Well, I like watching her move. Like she's doing it well.
Yeah.
But the song is making me want to bump that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. Katy Perry.
She's young, so she's like,
she's got
time. But Katy Perry, you got no time, girl.
Yeah.
She ain't no diva.
The fact that her fucking video for Women's World or whatever the fuck, it's bad. It's bad. We don't even need to rehash that because you guys, you've seen it. You've seen everyone talk about it. It's stupid. It's boring to talk about. Yeah. But I did tweet about her commentary on, like, she commented on the whole backlash about Dr. Luke, right? Because that's like the biggest issue here. And she was like, well, I just wanted to work with someone who like made my career in the beginning or whatever. And this second statement was, he was nice to me.
Yeah.
You know? So I literally like tweeted being like, basically what she's saying here, translation for you guys, he didn't say me, so I don't give a fuck.
Exactly.
That's what it is. That's what she's saying.
Yeah. Like, oh, he created my music at my prime, so that's all I care about. Period.
And it's like, well, clearly it was a fluke.
Yeah.
Luke. It was a fluke, Dr. Luke.
Sorry, I had to do that twice.
Yeah, because I interrupted you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the scissoring thing.
the performance,
Yeah.
horrific. And on top of that, on the horrific part, good lord, the song.
And on top of that was Doechii.
Why is she there?
Is that how you say her
Girl,
name?
get out. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Get out.
She's too cool.
You're too cool. Why are you there?
But then again, like, I also get it, it's publicity for her. Katy's huge and she's gonna get that coin. So, you know what? I respect that.
I guess.
But, like, what I don't get, okay, and call me a fucking prude, whatever. But, like, this queer baiting scenario is getting too out of hand. Like, Katy Perry is the straightest motherfucker I've ever met.
The issue, I don't even think that, you know what?
I don't think she's queer baiting, but, like,
I think she is, but she's queer baiting in the most sinister way possible because she's not actually trying to appeal to the queers.
Yeah. She's trying to appeal to men, if you know what I'm saying. Crickets.
Because because she's trying to appeal to those boring ass motherfuckers. And also, like, we are living in the age of, like, porn addicted idiots.
Mm-hmm.
This is not gonna do it for them. You need to sever a limb for them to fucking get it.
You need to be an appendage. Literally, if you watch the movie Kinds of Kindness, when she chops off her finger, that's literally what you have to do. Whilst that Katy Perry thing was happening, I also got this annoying ass, I don't know if you guys seen, it also reminded me of the recent Sabrina Carpenter performance she had at the VMAs with the aliens, and she starts making out with the alien. The girl alien.
Is it a girl alien? I feel like it's just like alien.
No, I think it's a girl alien.
Oh.
Okay, it doesn't have to be a girl alien. She's a fucking alien. She's not a girl. She's an alien.
I think it was supposed to be like.
But what I'm trying to
But I don't know. I'm not gonna protect her.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say about it is, like, can we stop with this, like, performative, weird, like, sexuality thing? Like, not sexuality thing, but just, like, weird performative shit on stage. Like, why do you have to scissor with Doechii? Like, you would never do that in IRL. Like, who are you trying to appeal to?
The worst part is that it's literally, like, conceptually speaking, I don't know why. You know what? Every single one of those big stars, they need to hire a conceptual artist who's gonna vet them, because for the love of God, you cannot have a performance like this. The messaging is so bad.
Yeah, and it's
conceptually speaking, you are scissoring on stage, trying to perform a queer relationship while singing about being some man's dream, being his dream woman, doing what he loves, and other things like that. This is so directly offensive.
You said it way
and
better
gross. Than me. It's on a level where, like, anyone who's got 2 brain cells should understand this, but if you really need somebody who understands, like, imagery, if you need somebody who understands concept, just hire a conceptual artist who's gonna look at it and be like, what the fuck are you trying to say with this? Because this sucks.
Yep.
Just in case you don't realize it, things that you do in context on stage and the song that you're singing while you're doing what you're doing on stage, it works in tandem. It doesn't work separately.
Yeah. That is more of what I'm trying to say, where it's like, why are you, like, doing, it's like the same thing I feel about Sabrina Carpenter, where it's like, your music is like all about, like, that looking at me, whatever, that's that me espresso. You're just, like, appealing to, like, this guy you're trying to get in the music, and then you pull up to this and you're like, it's so cringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, I think it's supposed to be a girl alien.
Yeah, like,
oh yeah, I hate that part. Like, why is she there?
She's like,
why is she at the?
She's like
pants level.
She's touching the astronaut's dick. Okay, but then there's a sexy alien with a fat ass that she starts making out with. And
this is like the same thing, actually. Sorry to say to all the Sabrina fans, but this is very much Katy Perry scissoring with that song messaging 2.0.
It's just, like, so cringe to me. It's like,
it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. They're the same thing to me.
Yeah. No, they're genuine, like, messaging wise.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It's literally the same thing. And you know, like, that's the thing that I kind of have, like, this is a bone that I have to pick with a lot of the girlies in the music and stuff like that. Because the thing is, if you look at my Spotify, you will notice that I listen to women basically only. There's just like a few men maybe sometimes, and this is not like on purpose, it's just like how it is. However, I have a few things to say to people like Sabrina, Katy Perry, also what's her name, Normani.
Oh, Normani.
I always have problems with Normani because the thing is, like, she's so talented, but she's squandering it because I think that she is way too obsessed with male validation, and I think that she got like snatched up into a long-term relationship right after Motivation was released, which is so ironic because Motivation is literally about being his motivation and like motivating him to actually succeed and stuff like that. Like, no, leave him alone. Let him starve. I don't care. Like, God. Anyway, and like, basically, in her lyrics, it's the same with Sabrina. Let me actually say about Sabrina first, because her music right now is popping, so people will be more familiar with those songs. But she has a song, I think it's in Espresso actually. I think it's in her biggest song. There's a line where she's like, "Oh, your ex isn't doing it for you."
Yeah.
This is a guy who literally had a kid and left immediately.
Supposedly he was the astronaut.
Oh. Anyway, the point being, I don't understand when women write songs where they're talking about the previous partner in a derogatory way.
Or just like,
he was with her. If she's not a bad person, okay, so let's assume that she's if she's a good person, why did you write that? Because it's rude and it's gross. If she's a bad person and she was like, I don't know, fucking abuser or some shit like that, let's say it that way. Well, he had a kid with this woman. He trusts her enough to have that child with her while he's gallivanting around. That means that she's not like an abusive type of person or something like that. So in this case, if she was like not a bad, if she was like a bad partner per se or something like that, you're basically like, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah. And your partners do say a lot about you, not exactly like everything about you. However, if you are keeping up the relationship afterwards and you have a child together that you trust that person to raise, I'm going to assume that you think they're not a bad person. Yeah. And they are a reflection of who you were back then, at least. So unless you, because some people, like, you can obviously end up in a relationship that sucks, right? It doesn't mean that you are that person. But if you are keeping that relationship afterwards and your child is with them, yeah, I'm going to assume that you think they're okay. Yeah. So then it kind of makes me think, okay, so you got this new guy who left his wife with a little child. Yeah, literally, like, or a girlfriend, a newborn. but a newborn baby. It doesn't matter whether she's a girlfriend or a wife or whatever. It's still a newborn baby. And right after he actually became successful, by the way, too. So he was riding with her until he became successful and could upgrade. So it's just from all angles. I don't understand why she would write a line like that. Just to write a line about being sexy and how fucking much he likes you, that he's like, you're literally espresso for him. He can't sleep thinking about you. Yeah. Done. Do you have to bring in the previous woman that he was with, who he left with the child? And also, Sabrina, you're 25. Why are you dating somebody with a kid?
My thing too is even, like, totally agree with that. My thing too is even more simply about that, like, back to the fucking alien. Oh yeah. It's just like, also with the Katy Perry thing, where it's like, who, like, she's pretty much like trying to pull the Tinashe, somebody gonna match my freak, like she's trying to recreate that. And I'm sorry, Tinashe.
Actually, I think it's more like her trying to rip off
Tinashe, and Tinashe did way better
than XCX.
Yeah, she did.
XCX. I mean, Charlie.
She could never
She could never be Tinashe.
She could never touch Tinashe, by the way.
She could never be Tinashe. The entirety of K-pop industry is literally ripping off Tinashe. That's how influential she is.
Like, she deserves so much.
You can't just randomly become a Tinashe. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Actually, she deserves so much more than what she's ever gotten in this fucking. In her
but
fucking career.
The only reason why she doesn't have it is because she wasn't writing with those fucking
Yeah. Yeah, because
Assholes.
she went independent because they were fucking her over. And I
Yeah,
respect
because
that.
a lot of them were what? Like Diddy?
Yeah. Pretty much. Anyways, like Katy Perry thing. Like you're literally writing about a song about like I'm gonna be your fucking crazy fantasy to
Yeah,
some
like I
man.
am your fantasy. I'm like
I'm a
everything
freak.
you want right now. Like I'm a freak. Your type of freak.
Like about him, like to a man, but then you're scissoring a woman.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
You're doing it
it's
like
freak shit to
Yeah.
have sex. It's like kink to be with a
Yeah.
woman. No, it isn't. That's not how it works.
And it's just like gross to me right now because it's like with the whole Diddy thing happening too.
Oh, Lord.
Like, come on, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can just be fucking sexy. Like, stop doing things for the male gaze right now. Like, gaze, not gaze, YS, okay?
Both.
Probably both.
You know what? If you are a male gay, a male gay, and you love their music even when they release ass music,
Then you part of
I
that.
need you to
Then you
reconnect with your roots.
I need you to go back within yourself
Yeah.
and find who you truly are again.
Yeah.
Okay? But like that to me is like it's the same way that I felt about Ariana Grande doing break up with your girlfriend. Yeah, cause I'm bored. I'm like, dude, you literally are the #1 patriarch dick sucker
Yeah.
in this industry.
Literally. Because the thing is, that song told us everything we needed to know about her. But then she released that video because she was like, fuck, there's a backlash. Because then I think it was like her third single of that album or
Yeah.
something. Yeah, so like the album was out already.
Yeah.
And she was like, fuck, I need to fix this
I guess,
mistake.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I guess I'm bi now. No, you're not. If you date Pete Davidson, you are not part of the alphabet mafia. Let me make that fucking clear. If you remotely think that man is worth anything or is handsome or I'm sorry, are you fucked? And that's how I feel about Sabrina Carpenter as well with her stupid VMA alien kissing ass. Like, bitch, please. Okay, just touch the astronaut's dick and leave it at that. Okay? Don't try to step into territory.
Don't even do that because it makes me like, oh God, it's just, I hate see a man win.
Yeah, but honestly,
I hate see a man
but-
have a good time.
no, but-
it's just gross.
yeah, but honestly, I would rather you stay in your fucking lane
Yeah,
than
I
pretend
mean,
to be like, oh, I'm like so open and
I don't
quirky.
I don't
Like, no,
even
you're
think that
not.
she's like trying to pretend to be open and quirky. Like she might think on like surface level,
Yeah.
but if she has any self-awareness, she knows that she's doing it because guys tell her that they find it hot.
Yeah.
Which makes me want to murder them. Like,
She's probably like, oh my god, Barry, and fucking his name is Barry. Okay, like
his name is oh my
Can you
god.
imagine-
I just heard it for the first time. Like I know that his name is Barry Keoghan.
Keoghan, whatever.
Keoghan, whatever the fuck it is.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Can you imagine like she's like singing in her sultry voice, being like, yeah,
Barry?
yeah, I have my sex with me so amazing, and she's just like moaning his name, Barry. Like,
Is he 78?
yeah,
I think you shouldn't be allowed to be named Barry until you're 70.
it's like a name that
You just no name. You're like blank.
yeah, it's like if your parents
NA not applicable.
yeah, if your parents legally name you Barry, you can only attain it at 70.
Yeah,
and
you have to go get your ID. That's like finally you're a Barry.
but you're like for the rest of your like for the beginning of your life, you're just NA. Not
Yeah, and when
applicable.
you have a kid and you name him Barry, he's like just Junior.
yeah. Just junior. Think so. If any of y'all, and I know none of you would be, but I know some of your friends might be thinking of naming their kid Barry. Tell them that. Tell them to reconsider. But anyways,
I doubt it. Oh my god, because of him, you think? No.
No.
Come on.
That's
You guys, if any of you are sick enough in the head to carry a child, rip yourself from front to back, and then name that thing a Barry. Stop listening to me right now. Get out. Get out. The door is right there.
But yeah, we just wanted to mention that.
Baby. Hope got so spooked when I started screaming, get out. She's like, who are we kicking out?
But yeah, this is a great transition to what we're actually the topic we want to talk about because it's also
Is it a
about-
great transition?
It's not a great transition, but it's like we're talking about pop stars because our main topic is about one of the biggest pop stars today.
Yeah.
Miss
Chappell Roan.
Roan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Respectful art clap. I know we're gonna get some flack because she's so fucking popular right now. Like, people like would ride for her.
Yeah.
I ride for you, Charlie.
But also
I
a lot of
ride
people
for you,
hate her.
Chappell. Yeah.
So they're gonna be really mad at us if we're not gonna be
Hating on her.
Yeah.
We are going off about what like I feel like is the biggest like not controversy, but like what a lot of people are talking about regarding her.
Kind of a controversy, I guess.
Yeah. And that's her constant I'm like constant complaining. But her constant criticism about being famous.
You know what? I actually think that I know why she comes off the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Even like, because I listened to some of her like interviews, not an entire thing, but like clips. So I'm not going to claim to know exactly like all the context. Don't come for me. But I have realized that when she was talking about fame, she was like, actually your career, basically to have a career in this industry, most people have to party.
Yeah, it's true.
And she was kind of basically saying that like if you are really bad to yourself, so like you're literally allow people to do anything to you, your career goes. If you don't, it doesn't. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. That's actually like true as fuck. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Actually, that's so funny because somebody when I was in New York for work and like I was talking to somebody about like, hey, like, you know, like what does it take to be a creative? And because they're a lot bigger than me, they're like, you better be ready to just party. And I was so turned off by that. I was like, holy fuck.
And it's like, I don't want to hang out with you people.
Yeah, I don't want
No offense, but you suck.
Yeah, and I don't want to like do drugs and drink a bunch, like drink till I'm drunk just to like get through the night. Like it's
like I'm not 12.
Yeah, it actually sounds awful. But anyways.
Also, I'm not a child. Like I know what's bad for me.
Yeah. Anyways,
just saying. But anyway, yeah, so she said that and I was like, yeah, that's really real of her. But at the same time, I think that the reason why she doesn't come off the right way to people, because she could have gotten a different reaction to it if the way that she was framing it was like fuck establishment, or like if she was kind of leaning into it in a way of like, this is really stupid, like we need to have boundaries, whatever, but like some people are just crazy the way that they approach me and whatever. And also I'm not gonna have like the same reactions all the time because I'm a messy person. Like every day I feel differently and I don't know how I'm going to react to everybody coming up to me because every day they come up to me or whatever. Yeah. Because the way that she's framing it right now, which is not working at all, is complaining about her position as a very, very successful person. Yeah. Which that's what it reads like, and people do not have any sympathy nowadays in that regard because we're all starving. Like I know that Chappell knows that because she like herself had to move back home for like right before she started to like take off or whatever. She had to move back home because she ran out of money and everything. But like that's what all of us have done in 2020. That's when she had to go back home. So it's not like a origin story that shows how you struggled. Yeah, that's like everybody. Yeah, I think like too a lot of people are feeling like, I think like most of the critique is coming from a lot of like people that used to be fans and now got turned off by being fans because it feels very like targeted towards like, and fandoms can be toxic. I mean, look at the fucking K-pop like arena. There's crazy fans. Nicki Minaj fans? Yeah, Nicki Minaj fans. I never talk about Nicki, and somehow I still got threatened a couple of times. Yeah, I will never. I'm sorry. That's fucking scary territory. But I think a lot of people who were fans of her that are like now turned off by it, like at least from like what I've been reading, like as like, and this is not my own opinion because personally I don't really listen to Chappell Roan. Like I don't really listen to any of those people just generally because it's just like not my genre of music. Guys, I listen to screamo, okay? But like she's talented and all of that. I think people are just feeling like her complaints are very geared towards like the people that support her versus like the big establishments that like don't provide artists protection or boundaries, or like they're only out to make money off of them. Not also the combination of things, I think. Because it happened at the same exact time as when she canceled concerts in Europe to go to VMAs. bad timing.
Yeah.
Bad timing. And I honestly, VMAs are not big enough deal anymore to be doing all that.
Yeah.
You will make more money going touring.
Yeah.
I don't know why she would do that, to be honest. I think that it's probably like something.
Maybe she won an award.
Business. I'm sure it's business related.
Yeah.
Not just award, but because like we all know that you can't like have bad relationships in the business that you're working in with some people. Like you can't have some creatives mad at you in the creative field because they're gonna be literally ruining all of your opportunities just because so many people are afraid of being on their bad side.
Yeah.
And like, do I support that type of thing? No. But that's why I don't have a good career.
And that's why we are currently struggling.
Yeah, because I'm incapable of sucking up to people. Like, it's just how it is.
She will literally, even if Lisa tried, she would start vomiting even before
violently. I will pass out and die.
Yeah. If she were even to mutter a word.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know how you can't voluntarily stop breathing?
Yeah.
That's like the same thing for me. Like I could stop breathing on purpose, or like stop saying things I mean to say on purpose, and then they will just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Even stronger than before, you know?
Yeah. Even stronger than before. But yeah, like I think it's an interesting topic because it reminds me like about a lot of things. Like one, it really reminds me of the age-old question of like separating the art and the artist, you know, because like they're two, like it's crazy because a lot of the people that were like commenting on like this kind of stuff, especially like on Twitter, were like, I used to love you, Chappell, from the very beginning, like real fans that are now ex-fans. But it's like, they're like, but your music's so good though. Like, you know? So it's like, it does make me think about stuff like that. And
you know what it actually makes me think a lot about parasocial relationships and the way that people talk about them and stuff like that, and how in many ways I think that fame is not something that could be eradicated the way that people like sometimes think it could be, like politically speaking. People think that if you just make it impossible to charge for things or whatever the hell, that people are gonna stop being famous. That's just not gonna happen. Like there's always, even back in the day, there was like legends and other things like that, like, you know, like even if it wasn't an actual person, there's still like famous characters, and famous people are just famous characters to us. We don't know them and whatever. But it's the same thing with real people. I have said it before that you also don't really know a lot of people well in your personal life because we rarely listen. We rarely actually internalize information that we get from people around us. That's why people date so many assholes all the time, because they consistently miss what is being said to them and what is being done to them in favor of a character that they have projected onto that person. Yeah, that's it.
In their head.
We do it all the time. But it's just one of those things where I think about like if it's even possible to have a career without a certain level of support from, like, conscious support from people. Yeah. Because the thing is, like, if your song is popular, it's just a popular song. It's not particularly, like, if no one's gonna buy tickets to your concert, right? If no one's gonna buy your album and they're just gonna listen to it like randomly whenever it's being played somewhere.
Yeah. Or if there's somebody, like, if it was really just about the music and somebody came out with like the exact same vibe as you, then it's like then they'll just hop to that, you know what I mean? Like if it wasn't about like the persona person. Like or at least the persona that you give, you know? Like there's like, I feel like that is even more attractive.
Yeah. And I sometimes think about it. The
fantasy reels people in, which by the way is what we've been talking about today.
When I made art before, I feel like whenever we talked about why we even make it, I always thought that it's kind of like a version of communication. Yeah. And I genuinely, like, when I think about it, I don't know if this transactional approach is viable either. Like when people are saying that you don't know them and whatever, I don't know if it's exactly working like that, because the reason why you even look at some art or engage with it or follow it is because it has a connection to you. Yeah. And I feel like it's not that I understand why Chappell is pissed off though, because people can be freaks, but I feel like it's just people being freaks in general, because I get freaky people Like, I dealt with freaky people all the time in my life. Like, every year there's like at least a few freaky situations where someone is acting like they're not supposed to, like they don't have boundaries and stuff like that.
Literally just dealt with so many freaks like the past month.
Yeah.
And I have nothing going for me.
Yeah, it's not like we're famous. That's why I'm saying, like,
They're just
people are just weird. And because she's dealing with so many people per day, that's the reason why I guess she feels overwhelmed.
Yeah.
I just don't think that she should be speaking about it in this way specifically, because it's hurting her more and getting more attention to her. If she wants less attention, you can say it in a way that's less sensationalized.
Yeah.
Like, less easy to sensationalize.
Yeah. Also, just like, I'm not saying that Chappell Roan is doing this, but I do think a lot of people like to like sensationalize that. Yeah, I'm super famous and like I'm making money now and my life is sensational, but you know, I'm still going through shit too. Like, obviously everyone's going through shit too, but like sometimes it can read off as a little bit tone deaf when you like sensationalize
especially
now.
And like, because I think she was trying to, I don't think that she was maybe it wasn't intentional, but she was definitely falling into the people's princess lane, which is like, oh, I understand the plight of regular people type of thing, right?
Yeah.
So now that you just tasted fame during the time of such horrible like political and economic state of the world, we need to talk about the political economic state of the world.
Hashtag Jaden Smith.
I know. It's just like not smart to frame it this way.
Yeah,
that's it. If you want to talk about it, but talk about it as in like, oh, there's a lot of stalkers. Call them stalkers. Yeah, like if they're stalking, call them stalkers. Don't say fans. Yeah, because those people who are acting crazy, well, they are stalkers. Yeah, right. And those fans that are just like became those, you know, like update pages on Twitter or update pages on Instagram, whatever. And you know, I hate when people say that, oh, we made you or something like that. That's very gross to say as a fan. Yeah. However, I do think that I think it's kind of a compliment to your art and to your persona that you're crafting publicly. If someone is devoting that much time to create a page that updates everybody else on things about you, that kind of keeps up with like your releases and everything, like your career, your achievements on like charts and whatever the hell, people get more interested in fandoms that are active or in like media that's more community based, that has a community that you can interact with, than with those that don't. So it's kind of like, I'm not saying that they are making you, as much as I'm saying that you would have been still making your art. It's just you wouldn't have any resources to make it, and you wouldn't be able to make it for long because you're gonna have to pay your bills somehow. So I feel like it's a really difficult conversation, because I understand that there's just so many freaks who literally like genuinely come up to random celebrities and they're like, we made you. That's a weird thing to say. It's kind of like coming up to someone who is a chef in the kitchen and being like, we made you. No, he just like, he's providing a service. You're paying for the service. What is happening? You know what I mean? At the same time, there is a level of like trust in terms of the quality of work and the type of work that an artist is providing and the type of character that they have. Because honestly, I would not be able to listen to somebody who's a fucking pedophile just because their music is in my style. I need to know that there's a certain level of humanness to the person. It's important to me. And that's why, like, when I was like talking about this, like I am really happy that a lot of people are having this conversation about parasocial relationships. But at the same time, I do think it's freaky and weird to expect people not to have attachments to people that they interact with, like, or to their art or something like that. Like, what do you mean? Like, if you come back to the same podcast, like, to listen to us, for example, I would hope that you at least think we're okay. As people. Like decent human beings. You know? You might not know us. Obviously, you don't. Like, you don't know what we do in day-to-day life, whatever. But at the very least, I would think that you're psychotic if you thought that we're assholes. Like, if you thought that we are, like, just like rotten human beings inside.
like rotten to the core, which is
Yeah.
which is why I was like bringing up the whole like, can you really separate somebody from their work? And I feel like that's a weird, I think like a lot of people would say yes actually, but and a lot of people would also say no as well, but like my view on it, and like what you mentioned earlier, is like I think the whole point is like not necessarily, in an ideal world, to not necessarily be transactional about the work, but like, you know, like the only person that you really know for sure is yourself. And so like when you make connections with people, and to make a life, like, because life is honestly horrid, like it's hard, it's full of struggle.
Mm-hmm.
And so like to make this life worth living is, at least for me, is so much about like the connections you make, and like the friendships, and like the love that you share for people. So I always think when I create shit, sorry, Lisa's drawing a graph right now and it's distracting me because I have ADHD.
Yeah.
In my eyes, it's like when I create work, and how, whatever that means to you, like if you are creating something to be shown to other people, I always believe, like, sometimes there isn't any transactional thing about it. Like, you're not learning anything from it by looking at it. You know what I mean? But it is like a window, so cliche, like a window to the soul thing. It's like I get to like see how you are experiencing life, and you get to see that in me, kind of, and that is always like comforting.
It's very human.
It's very
and
human.
I think it makes sense
And
to find comfort in it.
Yeah, and I feel like you get to experience life way more wholeheartedly when you're able to see it in another person's view. You know what I mean? And
you know what? Also, I think it's important to mention that in this conversation, a lot of people assume that what is bad about parasocial relationships is that people think that they know somebody, so they like can say something, or they can ask for a picture, or whatever the hell, right? And I think that what we should be having a conversation about is, how did we get here as a culture that we think that the fact that you would know, if you actually know somebody by conventional standards, that you could do all of those things without it being weird.
Yeah, totally.
So you can just like jump on people, stalk them, act like a crazy person if you know them. I don't think so. And it's still freaky behavior.
Yeah, and I think like most sane people, like, and I'm not trying to like roast like anyone suffering from any type of mental illness, because me too, you too. Yeah, but I think like most people would be like, yeah, you know, that really is not normal. But like there is a select few people that kind of paint that narrative in a very extreme way. Baby reindeer.
But the thing is, she didn't even think that she was doing something wrong because she was sick, right?
She was really sick.
And like, I just feel like it's a really strange thing to hear when people are like, you don't know them. That's not the reason why this behavior is weird.
Yeah.
It's not because you don't know them. It's because
you think you do.
You're being a freak.
Yeah. You think you do, and you think that's okay.
Objectively.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I think it's really strange when people are really pissed about others liking or disliking people who they see
that's the worst, when like you say that you dislike an artist and people are like, how fucking could you? Like, I could, and I just did.
Yeah. like I just don't vibe with them, and it's fine. Like in real life, it's the same thing. Like, I hate bitches who want to be liked by everyone.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. You know what? Do you know how many people are freaks? Do you know how many people are like violently misogynistic?
Yeah.
You really want to be liked by that people?
Yeah.
By those people? Seriously. Let me explain the graph that I drew, okay? This is the graph of interacting with art. So you have assholishness at the bottom, at the x-axis, and then on the y-axis you have art, presumably quality of art. So if the person
is that like 50% asshole,
like, we're rude to somebody.
Yeah.
So let's say they were rude to somebody, and it's like here, per se, or like even here.
Yeah.
Right. But then their art is really fucking good. You connect to it really well, and it's like up to here. So it's somewhere here, somewhere. It's somewhere here. You can interact with it.
Yes.
It's a cost analysis.
Yes.
It's basically logic here, it's a situation to situation. Because the thing is, if it's someone who murders somebody for self-defense just because they're cunts,
it's a case by case basis. Truly.
If someone, because the thing is, sometimes so many women that are like famous get persecuted for stupid shit, like, oh, she said fuck, and it's like, and I said fuck 60 times in the last 60 seconds. What are we talking about?
Or like when Nude Gate was happening and a bunch of female celebrity nudes were being leaked,
dude,
and they got
canceled,
and they had to apologize. Okay,
I wouldn't apologize. I would post a fucking picture of like some old man's asshole and be like, look at that. 60 million followers on Twitter.
Literally.
You want to look at things you're not supposed to be looking at? Here you go.
Seriously though. God.
This is Barry.
Barry's Butthole 2019. It's actually an anthology.
Born 1956.
Yeah, Barry's Barry Jr.'s asshole 2023.
No, not Junior. Not Junior.
No, not like a little kid. Like their son, their grown ass son, like Barry Keoghan.
Good
age. Sorry guys, that was fun.
I'm going to get my system canceled. It's not gonna be the world canceling her. It's gonna be me.
just Lisa. Honestly,
just me like bringing up something that she didn't say and being like, did you just say that?
Honestly,
did you mean to say that?
Lisa would be the only person that could possibly cancel me because I'm so damn annoying. You'll never get rid of me. I'm like a venereal disease. You ain't gonna get rid of me, babes.
Oh my god, it's like a thread. I don't mind.
But yeah, that shit's a slippery slope, because it's like, I think about people like Kanye.
Oh lord.
Who's said the most heinous shit, but damn, like, graduation. Fuck.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like, oh my god, it's always like, I get so disappointed every other day. I find out like an actor, for example, right? And like, I thought he was hot in his prime or whatever the fuck, and then you find out that this motherfucker who's like literally like decrepit thinks that women over 30 are not hot or something like that.
And it's like, dude,
and it's like,
you were the
oh my god, like, you were only hot when you were that age too.
Yeah.
Like, just listen, man. Like, I don't know. Someone needs to tell you this, first of all. And second of all, it's so disappointing. It's like, well, can at least one man be fucking sane?
Yeah.
Just for the love of God?
Yeah.
For the love of God.
God isn't even sane.
No, that's the most fucked up motherfucker if there ever was one.
Yeah.
Also, remembered recently about Smallville because of TikTok. Yeah. And Tom Welling.
He is Superman.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way,
the only Superman I ever liked, because
he's so hot.
Every other Superman is like very American standard of beauty.
Yeah.
Without any like
grit,
personality.
Yeah, or grit.
But Tom Welling has like his smile is very like personable. Like he has something like teddy bearish about him.
You know his like love interest in the
Lana?
Yeah, Lana.
She's so hot. It's sick.
She went to my high school. So
oh,
just saying, she graduated with my cousin. Period.
Seriously?
Yeah, she went to my high school.
With your cousin?
Yeah, she went to my high school. Her and my cousin graduated.
Which cousin?
My older cousin.
Oh.
She's older than me.
Okay,
by a couple of years.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
Lana, the actress who played Lana,
yeah,
she's
Kristen
like
Kirk.
40 something.
Yeah, she went to high school with my older cousins. Period.
Oh, not like couple of years then.
Yeah, okay, fine.
A couple of years.
Sorry,
a couple of years. If we were fucking 40, girl. Come on.
Girl, I feel like an old hag right now. Okay, I'm not one of those people that are like pick me and like, oh my god, I'm so old because I'm like in my late 20s. No, I just like actually like
just tired.
Just tired.
Just tired.
Spiritually, And actually physically
too.
I feel 50.
I mean, you're talking to somebody who already had cancer, so I don't know what to tell you. Like, but goddamn, is she the most beautiful woman?
Yeah, she's gorgeous.
She is so beautiful. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? She's so beautiful. It's
Also,
kind of fucked up.
yeah.
Like, I genuinely, like, every time I see her on my For You page,
Yeah.
I am shocked. Because how dare you have, like, green eyes while having, like, Asian features
Yeah.
and, like, the most beautiful skin tone and hair? Fuck off.
She's like one of those.
Seriously, are
She's
you
like-
kidding?
She's like one of those girls who has like the monotone look. I call it the monotone look because her like her complexion, her hair are like the same color, and it just looks
like
so
low contrast.
Yeah, it's just like so. It looks so striking.
She was involved in the Nexium bullshit.
Yeah, she was. Because
but turned out that she didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, because her co-star
Allison Mack
was the like she was
that
the right
bitch is
hand
crazy.
man
Yeah,
to the guy who which
she
also,
got actually incarcerated.
Nexium started here.
I know. That's why I know what Nexium is actually.
Yeah,
just
I
because
went
it
on
was
deep
in
dive on
Vancouver.
that because like my cousin was like,
it's so creepy.
She was like, Kristen, no. But she had no idea what she was getting herself into. She didn't do
Was Smallville filmed here?
some of it. I think there was a lot of it that was filmed here, I believe. Juno was also filmed in my school. Michael Cera touched the lockers that eventually I touched. I don't know. He ran the field. He ran the field that I ran.
They always be here and like the Riverdale cast complaining about Vancouver all the time while they were living in Langley. Bitch, for all of you who don't know, because a lot of you are not Vancouverites and I know it.
Yeah.
Girl, Langley is like 3 cities over.
Yeah, it's not Vancouver.
It's not Vancouver. It's basically like
farmland.
You know, yeah. You know, like cities that have little towns all around it. Like imagine 3 towns over. That's what Langley is.
Yeah,
it's like in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
It's
and
like,
they complained about it. I was like, you can't live in Langley and say that Vancouver is dead.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like Vancouver is more for like hikers and like to chill and whatever.
But we do have a city.
But we still have a city
life.
like
and we still have a city life.
There's a lot of city life that's like more outdoorsy and like more health conscious and whatever. Like you get more people smoking weed that you're gonna get people getting like drunk. But if you just move a little bit to the right or a little bit to the left, you're gonna find a bunch of cokeheads. You're gonna find a bunch of clubs. Like it's a city. It's a city.
Yeah, we have all of that stuff. I think they're just not cool enough to know anybody that would take them there to the events.
And also
and
it's
like,
Vancouver, so like if you didn't grow up here, it's basically impossible for you to like actually be in the city life.
Yeah. By the way, I was at a concert with the whole Riverdale cast. I went to like they were like sitting on the table like 2 tables down from me. So what the fuck are you talking about? Like, girl, you've been to Vancouver.
I guess like LA, but
then go back to LA.
Go back to LA. Yeah, they did, I think.
Yeah, they did because the show sucked and it's over. And also, KJ Appa fucking banned from our city. Fuck off, mate. Like, never come back here. Like,
there's so many stories of people from here with him. Like, he was messy.
Yeah, he was messy and he's just like so cringe. He was the one
Cole
that was
too.
He was like, yeah. Oh.
Don't even start me on Cole and he's fucking like constantly
Cole Sprouse needs to shut the fuck up respectfully.
He's just like one of those annoying
disrespectfully
douche bros. Like
I've had some people that I know that have hooked up with him. And they're like, yeah, he wants to take photos of me. Girl, that's not what he wants.
Nothing makes celebrity culture as cringe as living in a city where there are a lot of celebrities frequent when they're working.
Yeah.
Where they think no one's gonna know anything because it's not LA or New York.
Yeah.
Because in LA and New York, like everyone yaps.
Yeah.
So you never know who's actually telling the truth.
Oh.
But here, it's like people actually start intermingling, especially with people who stay here for a long time filming, like stars of like what is Supernatural, for example. Like they filmed here the entire time.
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
the saying that I forgot that I wanted to mention earlier when I was having a brain fart. What I wanted to say was, this is why we should have no icons, no idols, no inspiration, because at the end of the day, like, we can learn as much as we can about somebody, but you will never know a person fully.
Actually, I think that you should have inspiration.
Even
from people, yeah.
I mean, more like idols.
No idols.
Like
no, don't think that they're like the best
icons.
person or that they are above anyone. But also, I think that we need to this is actually a thought that came to mind when I was talking about Tail from NCT recently, and I don't know if you heard about NCT thing, but basically Tail, the quietest and like nicest one out of the group, at least like he was coming off as like the sweetest one out of all of them. Okay, booked for a bunch of like essay accusations.
Wait, and this is sorry, this is
a Korean group.
Okay.
Yeah,
boy group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he got booked for that. Like,
oh fuck.
And like it's really hard to get booked in Korea for something like this.
Really?
And he like, yeah, and it was like such a huge scandal. There's like basically the company dropped him immediately, and that company doesn't drop anybody.
I want to search up who this is. What?
Yeah, Taeyol. A lot of people online started to say things like, well, you don't know them, don't expect them, you know, like don't think that everyone's like a good person or something like that. Like, stop thinking that those guys are good people or whatever. And I'm like, I even made a TikTok about it. I was like, I personally, I just think it's really to tell people that they should have expected this.
Yeah.
Or that they shouldn't be surprised, because this is heinous shit. These are crimes.
Yeah. We shouldn't normalize this shit.
This is also like specifically like the relationship to celebrities too, that people were genuinely being like, well, yeah, you guys, what, like, why are you guys talking about this as if you knew him? You don't have to know somebody to think this is freaky.
Yeah, to think this is fucked. You could be anyone. I don't even need to know your name. And if someone told me like somebody did this, I'd be like, yeah, that's fucking fucked.
Yeah,
you know?
I literally in that video, I was like, statistically speaking, considering the age that voted for their conservative party that literally was trying to dismantle the women's rights in that country, considering that a lot of young guys voted for that president, you can assume that from any boy group that you're looking at, about well, let's be generous, because they are in the entertainment industry, and a lot of them, some of them are going to be gay and just like closeted. Yeah. Some of them are going to be more international and more worldly, so they might have different ideas again. And some of them are people who are sane. Yeah. You know, so if we're going to be generous, considering that from the ages of 18 to 30, the guys, 90% of Korean men voted for that president.
90%
of that age demographic.
Holy fuck.
They are more conservative than the previous generation. The previous I literally had the same conversation with my friend who's Korean. She was dating a guy, and me and her dad, we were making fun of that guy because we were like, why is he such a conservative bitch? Like, we were basically like just sitting there like kicking with him, being like, he should fuck off. Like, we should get them broken up.
That's so sick.
We're literally plotting with her dad.
That's
like,
so dope.
Like, listen to him. we gotta get them apart. Like, this isn't good. But yeah, and like, statistically speaking, if we take into consideration this is the art world and this is the world that's more diverse in terms of like from what countries they're coming from and whatever, we can assume that 70% of each group that you're following are violent misogynist. Statistically speaking, this is just statistically speaking. I'm not saying that this is going to be correct for every group, because maybe some groups are more like
nipple popping out.
Thank you.
And the nipple police. The only oinker I support.
Nolis.
No, the nolis.
Nipple police. Anyway, so they are. Yeah, it's just statistically speaking, this is what is more likely to be the truth here. So what I'm saying is, I think it'd be weird to be like, yeah, of course he's an essayist. Of course he is. Maybe let's not normalize that. Let's treat it like it's a freak shit to do, because it is.
Yeah. Like, I get what they're trying to say with that. Like, you know, maybe some people are actually like, yeah.
Well, don't protect him from accusations. It's like you don't know him. Yeah. That's fair.
Oh, no. Don't protect from accusations. Wait.
Like when people are like, oh, I know him, that's why he couldn't have done it.
Oh, no. That's fucked.
That's fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
But when people are just like, yeah, like, obviously this would have happened. Like, obviously another guy who's a predator, blah, blah, blah. Like, I get where they're like I agree, like we should make an uproar about it, but I also get where they're coming from, because they're probably also so jaded with the amount of shit that's coming out with
I always say like all men.
Yeah, it's
and
actually,
like I do mean it, but I'm just saying that in this case it's more like strange to tell people like, oh, when you follow a celebrity, or you like just like someone's art, expect them to be criminals. That's a little bit like, well, maybe if you have a reason to believe that they are criminals, maybe we shouldn't follow them to begin with. But if you don't have a reason to believe that, then it's kind of weird to be like, yeah, you guys, what did you think this is?
Yeah, there are people who are like pessimistic, and then there's people who are like nihilistic, and I feel like people who are nihilistic are the people that are actually, they're nihilistic because they know that the world could do better, and they're actually like extreme optimists, covertly, whereas pessimist people are just like, they're just fucking negative about it. Oh, I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say.
I recently saw, like yesterday, saw a video of this guy who was literally saying that someone is racist for saying that. Basically, someone said that, you know, like a country was involved in someone else's like business, and then that guy was like, just because you said that, you're basically being racist to the people whose country that country got involved in. Kind of like being like, oh, what do you think, Asians cannot be violent by like on their own? You think they need intervention from other countries to have violence?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you're being stupid. Yeah. But also, like, first of all, no one said that. But second of all, it's crazy because in that video, he's going on this whole spiel about how violence and just like disgusting behavior like that is innate to human nature.
Yeah,
I was like,
that is kind of what I mean.
Maybe you should be looked up.
Yeah,
because
like, it's
wait.
just
For the love of God, you guys.
It's the Nolise, the nipple police coming for you, bitch.
Nolise?
The Nolise.
Yeah, it's like, it's just like so crazy because the thing is, I think you assume what you feel yourself. And I genuinely don't think that everyone, like, I think that there's like some anomalies.
Yeah.
Like some people who are inherently like something is fucked about them.
Yeah.
However, I don't think it's human nature.
Yeah.
I think it's a mutation when it happens.
Yeah. That's actually what I'm trying to say about the whole pessimist nihilist thing. I don't think it's a good metaphor for what I'm trying to say, but it's more just like, it's like, I don't want to live my life being like, oh yeah, I should expect the worst out of people, like normalize that. It's, for me, it's just like, no, we should make it known that it's fucking abnormal. It's kind of like, it's kind of like the same thing as just accepting it. And like, I'm not gonna accept that. Yeah. You know? Like,
and also, like, I think it's kind of similar to like assuming, why I'm saying that, like, you're assuming what you are inside about others. And I don't mean like you, of course you can get really burned and start assuming things, whatever. That's not what I mean. What I mean is that when I deeply love someone, or I experience something, or I know that in this particular moment I was like really down because of like my circumstances or something like that, and I knew that I did everything that I could or whatever, it makes me more aware that other people can be like that too. So through that lens, you should be locked up if you think that everyone is just like, it's our innate nature to want to be that violent, because we're talking about like real violence, like war and whatever, right? We're not talking about something snapping at someone.
I don't want to give people even the opportunity to like have an excuse, the excuse that it's human nature. No, bitch, it was a fucking choice. It was you. It was a fucking choice.
You chose this, because every single moment you have a choice to make. You could be one thing or another, and every single time you choose something. And I honestly, like when that guy said that, I was like, what the fuck are you thinking about? Because it's the same thing, the same reason why I think that I can have genuine connections with people is because I know, or that people can genuinely love. Because I genuinely love, I genuinely feel it, and I'm not special enough to be the only one who can do that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's like, if you are assuming that everyone is a certain nature, if you are experiencing positive feelings about others or about the world or about yourself or about anything, art, whatever the fuck, I think you are basically your own example of the fact that this exists.
Yeah.
You don't need another example.
Yeah.
You don't need anybody else to tell you what human nature is, because you're a human and this is your nature.
Oh my god. Someone give this girl a fucking, what do you call that?
Applause?
No, that award that Gandhi won that he didn't deserve to win. The Nobel Prize, the Nobel Peace Prize. This is what I'm saying, man, about Lisa giving the advice that you need to hear in our advice episode that actually lifts you up. Because literally, guys, that should lift me up. Because I literally was going through like a fucking word vomit anxiety attack, just talking to somebody about my anxiety, who I feel like maybe I shouldn't have been talking to about my anxiety, maybe wasn't the best person. And you know when you have like word vomit regret after, I'm like, fuck, what if they ruin me kind of thing? But it's like, you know what, that shit lifted me up. And if you're gonna take anything from it, you don't need anyone to.
You're a human.
Yeah.
And this is your nature.
This is your nature. And so like, if you believe in good and you are good, then like it's out there. Anyways,
Slay.
This was the pod. This is the pod. Hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, that was such a good ending. Honestly,
It's such a good.
You know when it's like the
when you start with scissoring and you
ended
end
with a fucking Nobel Peace Prize fucking speech.
You're good. You're human, and this is your human nature.
nature?
No, this is what.
You don't need anybody. You don't need anybody to prove to you that there's goodness in the world, because if you're good and you're human and that's your nature, then it exists, and you don't need anyone.
This is human nature.
Yeah, fucking period. Anyways,
oh my God, snap.
Oh, wow. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you on the next pod.
Bye.
Bye.